we all get into analysis paralysis. There's so much information to look at, so many numbers to analyze, so many macro level factors that are working for or against us.
So in order to make smart decisions within business, it's really important to understand the broader business context. So first of all, in my current role, it's really important to understand the client needs and challenges that they would like to address, thinking about what is the actual problem. For me personally, within my new team, it's really important to have a portfolio view of all of our engagements globally and seeing how we interact with all of our clients across the business.
I had a pretty challenging business situation where I had 2 high performers in my team, but at the same time, they were not the right fit for our culture. And you can imagine choosing between performance and culture is a very difficult decision for a relatively new manager. At the time, I talked to my manager as well as to the top management. Top management told me, Mei, don't even think about results of performance. Just fix the culture. Because with culture in the right place, the performance will come into place.
In a new and evolving field like AI insurance, uncertainty is not an exception, it's the norm. So I've learned to navigate it with adaptability and resilience, so keeping the stamina even if the path ahead isn't fully clear. So I think leadership is not about always having the answers. It's about being ready to adapt, iterate, and get the team to move forward with purpose.
When a storm hits, our first reaction is to react to the moment. Take an umbrella, build a hut to protect yourselves from what's happening right now. And that's short-term thinking. It's being reactive. It's acting quickly, protecting yourselves from what's happening at the moment. But a strategic thinker is able to also look at things from a long-term perspective, to build a resilient home, one with strong foundation, one that'll protect yourselves not just from what's happening right now, but from what might happen tomorrow. And that's what a leader needs to do, to balance the need to do things quickly, to solve for the short-term needs, but also not lose sight from what you really need to accomplish in the long term.
I often like to think about doctors and symptoms and root causes of our problems. So when I think about short-term maybe challenges or priorities, I think about it as equivalent to symptoms, which of course we need to treat straight away. However, when I think about the long-term priorities and goals that we have, I'd like to think about, again, the analogy of making sure that we resolve the root cause problem.
Obviously, as a manager, you have to balance between the short-term priorities and the long-term goals on a day-to-day basis. But maybe an analogy that I could draw is from my baking experience. So I enjoy baking at home. And for me, there's of course the difference between choosing to use instant yeast to bake a bread at home. Of course, instant yeast means that you can immediately produce the bread. It can satisfy the hunger, but the taste might not be as good. But if you compare that to the long-term goals of producing, for example, sourdough bread, which is a craft that you might need 2, 3, or even maybe 10 years to produce. But the result that you have from this, once you're able to master it, is something that is wonderful.
I think a good leader's job is to come in at the right time and say, guys, I think we've looked at everything we can, and this is the decision we have to make.
But what does that really mean? For me, it means 3 things, I would say. One is your ambition and your vision really need to be very stretched. You need to be flexible and, again, be prepared for failure, but learn from that and become stronger. Number 2, you're a leader. You're not doing this in isolation. You need to inspire your people. And then last but very much not least, you have created an environment in which creativity thrives to a point where innovation just emerges naturally. This is really what you want.